Hello and welcome back to the ForTheBadge YouTube channel. Now, it's been a little while, but I am here just in time for the start of Euro 2020. So, let's get into our predictions. Now, to predict the outcomes of Euro 2020, I will be using, as you can see, the Euro 2020 app, which has a prediction function on it, which allows you to choose all the positions in each group and then make your way to the final. So let's get started with that. So Group A, we have Switzerland, Turkey, Wales and Italy. I feel like Italy are the strong favourites for this group, so I'm going to put them in the first position there. I don't think there can be many arguments with that. Now for second, third and fourth, it's quite a hard one. Obviously I'd like to see Wales, the home nation, do well, but Turkey have looked good in their sort of friendlies and World Cup qualifiers that they've played recently. So I think I'm going to put Turkey in that second spot, and between Switzerland and Wales. For the sake of it being a home country, I'm going to put Wales in that third spot and Switzerland in fourth. Switzerland go out after the group stages. Right, Group B. I think once again you can see quite a clear winner in this group, and that is Belgium, straight into that first spot there. Second place for this one, I think, given they have the likes of Christian Eriksen, Kasper Schmeichel, Andreas Christensen, I think Denmark have too much talent to finish below Russia or Finland, and I feel like Finland are the weakest of them, so put Russia third and move on to Group C. Now, Group C, again, another winner that you'd think is quite obvious in the Netherlands, and though they've looked a bit susceptible over their last few games. They drew with Scotland, but I think they should win this group given their opposition. Austria played well against England the other day. I'm going to put them in the second spot, and then Ukraine and North Macedonia, I think they're going to finish fourth in that group. And now the interesting group, England's group for Euro 2020. I actually want to see England come second in this group because of the fact that the first place plays the second place in the group of death, the Germany, France and Portugal group. So therefore I'm going to put them in there straight away. England second, that's what I'm hoping for. Then I think Croatia have to come first in that group if England comes second, followed by Scotland. I think they're coming third, and Czech Republic are going to fail to qualify any further. Now Group E. Again, another hopefully obvious winner of this group, Spain going in that top spot. There was talk of Zlatan Ibrahimovic going to the Euros, but unfortunately I think he's injured and therefore been ruled out. But I think the likes of Robert Lewandowski will help Poland to a second place finish in that group, followed by Sweden in that third spot and Slovakia coming fourth. Now the group of death, Portugal, France and Germany. I mean, I don't think anybody has predicted Hungary to get anywhere near the top of this group, so they can go straight into fourth. Now these three are quite interesting. I think Portugal have the best chance of winning. They won it last time, but now they have a much better squad, the likes of Bruno Fernandes getting into his prime, Diogo Jota there, Joao Felix. I'm going to put them first, and then I'm going to put France second and Germany third, but I think Germany will go through because of that third place rule that we'll get onto here. 4 teams with the most points. I'm going to go Germany, Scotland, Wales had a tough group, Sweden, and yeah, we'll go with Wales. Let's go with that. Right, on to the knockout stages. So here we are in the knockout stages. The first game of the knockouts, Belgium versus Sweden. Don't think there can be any arguments. In goes Belgium to the quarterfinals. Italy versus Austria. I think once again Italy have too much for the Austrians, so they're going straight through as well. Portugal versus Wales. Another sort of obvious one, as it were. Unfortunately for Wales, I think this is the end of their European tour. And now England versus Poland. I mean, I will keep predicting England to win until we come up against a proper team, like actually Portugal in the quarterfinals there. We'll see when we get onto that. But they're getting through Poland, in my opinion. Spain versus Scotland. I think, again, another obvious one. Unfortunately for Scotland, I think this is the end of the road for them. Spain go through, and France go through a repeat of the 2018 World Cup final, and I think France get the same result that they did last time. Netherlands versus Germany. Now that's a tough one. They've both looked, well, Germany have looked good. Netherlands have looked shaky. I think Germany will have too much for the Dutch. So Germany go through there. And Turkey versus Denmark. I'd like to see Turkey getting through that. Right. Quarterfinals. Here we are. Belgium versus Italy. An interesting matchup that. Belgium need to win something with this great squad that they have. De Bruyne, Hazard, Lukaku. But Italy have looked good. That's a tough one. I think I'm going to be boring and go with Belgium. And here it is, the big one, the quarter-final, England's quarter-final against Portugal. Now, I did just say that I think Portugal are going to win the entire competition. But I don't want to predict England going out. So this is a tough one. But I think I'm going to have to select Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to carry them past England. Let's move on. Just get past that as quickly as possible. Right, Spain versus France. This will be a good game if it were to happen. France obviously off the back of winning the World Cup, but there is said to be disruption in the camp. Apparently Olivier Giroud and Kylian Mbappe have had a little bit of an argument. But I just see France being too much for Spain. Even though Spain do have a lot of quality, I see France just being able to get past them. And Germany versus Turkey, I mean, there's not really much debate there, is it? I think it's going to have to be Germany going through there. So let's move on to the semi-finals. Right, Belgium versus Portugal in semi-final 1. De Bruyne, Ronaldo, Hazard, Joao Felix, Lukaku, Bruno Fernandes. A lot of talent on one pitch. You know what? I'm going against what I said. Portugal aren't getting through here. Belgium are in the final of the Euros. There we go. And France versus Germany. Big game in the second semi-final. All of these are held at Wembley, of course, as well. France versus Germany. I think it's going to have to be France. It's going to have to be France. So there you go. We are in the final. And I've knocked out Portugal in the semi-finals, even though I did say they were my favourites. Belgium versus France to win Euro 2020. And my winners for my prediction are Belgium. Belgium are my Euro 2020 winners. Belgium win it against France in the final, having beaten Portugal in the semi-final. So let me know if you think that the Euros are going to go any differently to that. I mean, obviously, it can go entirely differently. We could see North Macedonia winning the entire competition, though I think that is very unlikely to happen. So thank you everybody for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below, like the video and share it as well. Let's get this prediction out there. Let's see what everybody else predicts as well. And I'll see you midway through the tournament to catch up. But I don't want to predict England to go out.